Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match forward show on the internet. We've just watched the Hull City versus West Ham game. It was Hull City 2, West Ham 1. I ain't got Scott here, so Dan, you've got to take me through a starting lineup, mate.
Randolph in goal, Creswell on left back, Collins and Font in the middle. Then we had Byram on the right. You had Chiarte in the middle with who else started in the midfield with Chiarte?
Snodgrass, wasn't it?
Snodgrass. Then you had Faguli, Ayew, and I think
Lanzini.
And then Carroll up front on his own.
Decent team, Gray.
I think it's about as good a side as we could have put out under the circumstances, really.
Yeah.
With the injuries and that. So I mean, it was always going to be a struggle today with the players we had out.
The injuries, the injuries are getting to us. Like at the end of the day, but saying that, it's still a decent team.
Well, this is what I say. This is why you have a squad. You know, the players in the squad should be good enough to come in and do the job when asked.
Yeah, and I don't think some of them.
I mean,
I'll be honest with you. 2 minutes. What's from Fonte got booked?
Yeah.
I mean, it was it coming from the back.
Yeah,
so you can't argue with that.
It was
poor today.
So it's going to be a fine line treading for the next 88 minutes.
Yeah.
But we started all right.
I thought we looked lively.
We done okay. We controlled the game. We didn't give them too many sniffs.
No.
And then before we knew it, it was one up. There was that thing where Cresswell give the ball away. Stop coughing.
Sorry.
Spiking the audio. There was that thing where Cresswell give the ball away.
Yeah.
Was that before the goal or after the goal?
I think that might have been after, actually. What, when they broke on us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was after.
And then you had that little thing where that was after. I know this was after the goal. That little thing where Randolph tried to dribble it out.
Yeah.
But we looked in control. A lovely goal.
Yeah, lovely ball.
Great ball.
Great ball. 60 yards, it must be. You know what I mean?
I think the defender maybe misjudged the
flight of the ball.
But it was good movement from Carroll, though. He sort of drifted in and out again.
Yeah, very cool, calm.
And,
that.
lovely first touch.
Yeah.
So, but as you were saying, I thought, in previous weeks we'd said we didn't look as fit as the other side and committed. But I thought early on we were shutting down, didn't really allow them too much time on the ball. First half.
To be honest with you, mate, this is becoming such a regular occurrence that we're having one half. We're playing well one half of football. How can we, honestly? At the minute, right? I swear on my life, people keep on saying to me about. I'm saying about we're not, we're in danger of going down. We're in danger of going down. People going, there's three worst teams. I don't believe it. Yeah. I don't believe it. Honestly, I can't see three worst teams. And the only reason I can't see three worst teams is because the other teams fight for everything. Like Hull, in the first half there, we controlled the game. We didn't really give them a sniff, yeah? They come out second half like a different side, yeah? And honestly, to God, right? And this is not getting me getting above my station. This is not me thinking that we're a better team than what we are. We are where we are for a reason. Yeah. And people are going to lambast me for saying this, right? Once Payet left our side, we're an average team. Probably below average because.
Yeah, but we went on that run, didn't we?
Yeah, but that always happens, Gray. Say it happens in a football club, a little change of personnel. Say it goes on, they get that little spike of results. Yeah, look at Leicester. We look at Leicester right now. Yeah, look at Hull. Ain't lost at home, and this is where I'm not going to sit here tonight and slag off anybody that played in that game. They done their best. That's all I'm going to say. They done their best, yeah? But their best isn't good enough.
No.
And that is not down to the manager. People keep on saying about Bilic out and all that. If you think Bilic should walk, right, with the players that he's been given, yeah, and I know that some people are going to say, oh, they're his decisions, his choices and all that. But is it? Because
I think it's a mix.
Yeah, it wasn't Allardyce. There weren't Allardyce's choices, and I can't see them really giving that much control to a new manager like Bilic, who hasn't got the what do you call it, the experience of the Premier League and all that. So I'm not going to sit here and slag off the players. I'm not going to sit here and slag off, but I could sit here and slag off Faguli. Faguli had another poor game. But I sit here every week and I shout and I holler and I scream and I swear. What's the point? I'm doing nothing.
You're just working yourself up.
But working myself up and getting... I'm going to give myself a cardiac arrest, aren't I?
You get right.
Like last week, I swear on my life, right, last week against Leicester, I could feel myself sweating and I could feel like the tension in me, like really gripping me. Do you know what I mean? Like my muscles were tensing up because I was so angry. I'm not even angry today. I'm not even angry.
But the thing is, on recent form, was it really that much of a shock that we lost?
No, they deserved it as well. They more than deserved it. Second half, we had a couple of chances, obviously. We was doing our best to shoot ourselves in the foot. We had a couple of chances. Snodgrass hit one, Lanzini hit one that was tipped round the post. Snodgrass headed right. He should have scored.
Yeah.
He should have scored. Headed it right at the keeper, but we didn't. And what happened? His Hull come out the second half. They had two chances, mate, and they scored them both.
And again, it's a player who hasn't scored for however long.
First Premier League goal.
Yeah, the defender's first Premier League goal, and the other fellow who scored, I don't know, he's a defender as well, isn't he?
What I think he might.
Yeah, I can't remember their names. I wasn't really paying attention, if I'm honest. The other guy who scored, his first goal in 2 years or something.
And what we say, you always want to play
both goals were absolutely terrible lapses in concentration for defending, losing men. The second goal, especially, well, no, actually, the first goal was just awful defending as well.
Font, I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, Font is absolutely dire playing for us, and that ain't his fault. You know, he's come in to a not a struggling side. Wasn't a struggling side at the time, but he's come into a side that, you know, they're just. I don't think we're good enough. We're not good enough to compete with anyone. Honestly, I honestly believe that.
So
and
the thing is, as well, when you go to clubs like Hull and Swansea, right, you know you're going to have to,
because
they're scrapping for their lives. You're going to have to scrap for everything.
That's the thing, Gray. That's the thing when it comes to this point of the season. Everyone is scrapping for their lives. The only people that don't seem to be scrapping for our lives is us. Honestly, we roll over and get our belly tickled. Yeah, the players that are playing for us are not good enough. Like once them first 11 go out, once Obiang, Antonio, and Reed got injured, I knew we was going to struggle. Our squad isn't good enough. I honestly, I can't see. Yeah, I cannot see in a million years how they ever thought we was ever going to do anything with that squad. Faguli, fucking hell.
Yeah, well, like we said at the start of the season, that squad was built for European football.
Yeah, but that's the problem, right? We bought these players for European football. If we thought, they're good enough to take us through to
European
Europe,
football don't take away the Premier League.
Yeah. No.
I'm sorry, but it don't. European football does not take away if you don't play in Europe and not play in the Premier League, you have to play in the Premier League as well. What the fuck were they doing building a squad for you? Well, we got embarrassed in that.
And the thing is,
we went out first round without a fight, yeah. And people keep on saying, we built this squad for Europe. No, you'd be absolutely ridiculously stupid.
Because they're going to have to step in at some point.
Because they're going to have to step in for some point. The Premier League is a game of squads. If you're building a squad for a European competition, you're an idiot. That's what I would say. If you're building a squad based on that you're in a European competition, the league comes thicker and thicker and faster than the Europa League, whether we got in it or not.
And
you know what? You know what else annoys me? We've had a transfer window to sort it out, and we haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been saying that for the last.
We bought two positions we weren't really looking for, weren't we? Really.
We needed Font. We needed him.
Well, he's not stepped up, really, is he? But
he hasn't. But that's not. I mean, you can't predict that.
Look at that Sacco who went to Crystal Palace. You know, we could have got him. He's doing really, really well for them.
Just beat Chelsea, they have.
Beat Chelsea, yeah.
But the thing is,
away.
Any player you buy, it's a gamble, and really, because it could be the best player in the world. But if there's no chemistry or between the team, the team and the.
But
It takes a little while to settle in and build up that chemistry.
The thing is about this, Gray, as well, I'm not surprised. This has happened time after time after time after time again. And the problem is with the with this time is the fact that the empty promises. You can say what you want about Terry Brown and that. He didn't promise us fuck all. He knew what we were. He knew our position in the league. And that was it, As I said many times before, Terry Brown wasn't a pretender. No. Yeah, Terry Brown wasn't a pretender. Whatever you say about Terry Brown, I despise the man as much as anybody for the shit that we go through. But he never kidded anyone. He never turned around and said, "Oh, we'll be the top 4, we'll be the top 6." Never. Couldn't. Even right. Even you can go back right, and I'm telling you now, the owners we've got now. Yeah, are probably the worst owners because they lie. They lie. It's a fact. All the things that they said in the summer, there's so many promises was made and they've all been broken. They're liars. And not only that, Gray and Dan. Sorry, I'm not.
Scott slash Dan.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, isn't it? Like they lie. They promise things and. They're worse than the Icelandics, right? That nearly took us bust. At least they was giving it a go.
Yeah,
they was giving. They may have.
We were splashing money on players.
But we had it.
30s.
Yeah, but we had it. But we had. Well, what have they done? They've just bought a £8-9 million defender who's 33. They're looking at Defoe. They're looking at Zabaleta. They're looking at Sanya. Come on. Yeah, think about it logically, yeah. Look, Ljungberg, yeah. When we signed Ljungberg, never worked out for us. Wasn't going to work out, right? He was a big name at the time. Played at Arsenal, one of their better players. They give it a go. When they were signing the likes of Bowen Morte, Bowen Morte turned out to be a shit house, but he was a decent player for Fulham. Like at the time, Portuguese international. Even I think he was even a Portuguese international when he left us. But that's what I'm saying. They give it a go. This lot, not even giving it a go. Not even attempting to give it a go. Snodgrass, come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
Is he good enough? Clearly not.
But like you say, they've only had a few games for us, to give them.
No, but I don't think
a bit of time.
I don't think Snodgrass's level is. If we're looking to look upper mid-table, I don't think that's his level.
The thing is, right, and people will say this: there weren't the players there. There weren't the players there to buy. There was the players there to buy. We were looking too far up. Yeah, for the level of team we are, and we're more than showing it now. We was looking too far. Looking at people like Lacazette, mate. We'd be able to look at someone like Lacazette if they kept to their promises in about 10 years. So about 10 years, you might get a coup.
Yeah,
Payet, you say Payet, he wasn't a coup. Nobody knew who he was before he came to us. Yeah. We got lucky with him.
That's what I'm saying. You sign players, it's a gamble whether they're going to fit in or take to the league.
I'm just disheartened.
Yeah,
by the whole thing.
Yeah, look, we've had worse teams in this.
Yeah, we have had worse. You know what? I don't want to. I don't want to be the monger of doom and all that and gloom. But Dan, you gonna agree with me here?
Yeah, I mean, well, I was looking at the signings. I wanted to mention the Defoe thing. We could have signed him not just last season, but we could have signed him before he even went to Sunderland. We could have signed him before he went to the MLS. We could have signed him when he come back from the MLS. We could have signed him, like I said, last season. But now he's obviously gotten older, and now Sunderland might go down. Now we're going to look for him.
But as I said,
a lot of missed opportunities.
As I said to you on the social, Defoe's one of them players. He's like Giggs, he takes care of himself. I think he's got a few more years left.
I'm not saying we shouldn't sign him. I want to sign him, but I'm saying we could have signed him ahead of Sunderland. We could have signed him ahead of. What was it? Toronto, yeah. We imagine if we had. He's a goal scorer. If we had him in the side, we've been lacking a goal scorer. He stays fit.
It's something like 33 strikers that we've had since they've been in charge, who scored something like. Well, I think Carroll's goal today was his 30th.
Yeah,
30th for us.
Yeah.
I think he's saying about 50 odd goals between 33 strikers. Saying like 10 million spent or something ridiculous like that net.
Yeah.
On 33 strikers, everybody needs a goal scorer. Everybody. That's the most expensive and hardest thing to buy in your team. You want a goal scorer, you have to go out and pay big money for him. Who scored the winner for Crystal Palace today? Benteke. That is the level of player we should have been looking at in the summer.
Yeah, but I mean, he hasn't been great this season, Benteke, has he?
Yeah, but Crystal Palace haven't been great.
No,
you can't put it all on one player.
But what's happening now? They've got an upturn of form. Sam's doing what he's doing. Sam's doing what he always does, and that's turning their form around, and he's performing well again. Yeah. The Bilic looks like a lost man, and you know what? If I was Bilic, yeah. Now I don't want Bilic to leave West Ham, yeah. If I was Bilic, I'd walk before I was pushed, because there are so many people, right? And God's honest truth, I'm not a proper Bilic lover. Do you know what I mean? I'm not one of these people that see him as the Messiah and all this, and you've got to stick by him because he's ex-West Ham. A manager at the end of the day is as good as a manager, as good as the club is managing. Yeah. So if you're having a poor run of form, he's poorly managing the side. He's had a lot of injuries. Yeah. And I'm not a lover of him whatsoever. But I don't think he's been dealt a fair hand.
No.
I don't think he's been dealt a fair. He was honestly, last season was a fluke. I feel it was like a fluke.
But we have seasons like that now and again.
Yeah.
The club, don't we? You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We get the odd season.
It was a bit of a fluke. Glory, yeah. We just had them. It was the last season at the Boleyn. Everyone seemed to be ramped up for it.
We never knew when we were beat.
We never knew when we were beaten last season. We had Payet, who was just doing ridiculous things that I've not seen a man do, like scoring free kicks for fun. People were scared to tackle us around the area because it might as well have been a penalty. Yeah, it might as well have been a penalty last season. You know, people were frightened to do that. We was attacking teams with pace, with power. We had people who had grit, determination in the side. And this year, it's the complete opposite. Complete opposite. We don't know what we're doing with the football.
Normal service resumed.
We do not know what we're doing with. I'll see it today when I was looking at a couple of things what we was doing. 1-0 actually, and we was passing the ball in a triangle that was no further away from us here. Yeah, with no other role player. What are they doing? And do you know what? And this is the scary thing. They weren't even getting that right. They was misplacing passes there.
What about Carroll's crossfield pass in the first half? It's RS.
Honestly, the two goals that they scored, especially the header, the second goal that Hull scored was an absolute beauty of an header. You won't connect with a better header than that.
Which we knew was coming before it went in, thanks to Jace texting me. We're watching it on my phone. Told you we'd lose. Just before, and then he goes, they're going to score, and they scored. So cheers, Jace.
Bit of lag.
Honestly, I'm downbeat, I'm disheartened, I'm not going to sit here shout. All I'm going to say, right, because maybe I miss, like people, I don't know what it is, but people like to blame us for the misfortunes. When misfortunes are coming and all that, people start to think that we are part of the problem because we moan.
That's because they're deluded.
Because we're negative. People are entitled to
their opinion. No, they're entitled, but that's
deluded. They're entitled to their opinion, right? Yeah, but because we're negative and all that, I'm going to just turn around and say one thing here, right? West Ham, and I know people watch from West Ham. We're all rooting for you. We are here 100% behind you. We'll be there next week. We'll be there the week after, regardless of what happens. But you need to do your part. We will do our part, but you need to do your part. That's what I would say, because at the moment, right, and I don't even want to mention these words because, as I said again, we'll just be conceded as being negative. At the moment, we are sleepwalking towards that bottom three very rapidly. And you only got to look at the fixtures left and our form at home and the teams that we've got away. And if you don't think after today's result, and we got beat today, it wasn't a great game of football. I think, to be honest with you,
it was a scrappy game.
It was a scrappy game. I thought we had the better of the ball in the second half. I thought we played some neat football, but with absolutely no potency whatsoever.
No end product.
No end product whatsoever. Yeah,
which has been
a big problem of ours this season. We haven't got that final. That in the final third, we just don't seem to have it. Yeah, and when I look at teams like Hull, who are just like they're not great. They're not a great team. Technically, I think they'll admit that themselves. But they've got heart, they've got determination, they've got grit.
The manager's got them organised.
The manager's got them organised, yeah. And that is one thing that we lack. We have got no organisation. No organisation. And that has to come down to the manager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but...
I don't know, see, I think sometimes it's just convenient. Because the thing is, as I've said before, the manager, they prepare them in the week, they set them up for the game. Once they cross that white line, it's down to the players.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is as well...
Obviously, tactics come into play, doesn't it, and putting the players in the right position.
You can prepare all you want in
Caleri, 91st minute. They scored on the 80th. 85th. Why did it take them 6 minutes to get on? We need a goal. Why?
Yeah. That's what we were saying when we was watching it.
He can't be cool. We can't be not warmed up. He must have been warmed up. What's he waiting for? 6 minutes in a game of football is a long time. He's got 3 goals in 6 minutes.
Well, you think by the time injury time, they're probably about 10 minutes, haven't you?
Exactly.
So,
Wait until the 91st, 92nd minutes to bring him on. Why does it take 6-7 minutes to bring a striker on when you're losing a game of football away from home?
yeah. See, I think the thing with Slav, because I know it's gotten very polarising with people wanting him in and people wanting him out. I'll never put my horse to say I'll never want him out. I like Bilic, but I think last season he did prove he was good. He made some great substitutions at the right times that won us games last season. So I don't think like last season you can't give him any credit for. Obviously, where I think he lacks a bit is probably, I think some of the signings are down to Bilic's choice, like Toure and things like that.
Toure, I can see.
But he knew him from his time in Turkey. He was obviously a decent player in
decent
Turkey.
for Turkey.
Man United have signed dud players.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You look at
biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah, you look at Man United and you're talking about one of the best managers in the world who found the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Ruud van Nistelrooy, David Beckham, Gary Neville and all that.
Yeah.
People that nurtured him through. But he signed people like Eric Djemba, who ended up playing for Burnley in League Two, I think it was, or League One or something. You know, you can't judge a man on one signing.
Oh no, I'm not talking about one. I'm saying some of them might be signings and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, I think that he is good. He's good at sort of managing players. I think he's a decent manager.
No.
I think if we had a director of football, maybe
People are going to call me an hypocrite. Noble should have gone in over Snodgrass today.
yeah,
He should have gone in over Snodgrass. He should have. It's
But
because
then
we've got nobody else.
He's just come back from injury. Maybe he's thinking, well,
He's a winger. Snodgrass is a winger.
no, but I'm saying
At best.
maybe that's what he's thought about. Noble's thought. Well, he's just come back from an injury. You know, easing in.
Yeah,
No,
but
you don't know what he's.
yeah,
Man, just only
it's true.
he's seen him all week in training. Maybe thought he wasn't quite ready.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
You know?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of there was sort of reports coming out about this weird struggle in the backroom staff and between the club maybe wanting the backroom staff gone, moved on or something because of they did the same with Avram Grant, took away the backroom staff, brought in Wally Downs, and maybe it's like, look, we might have to start moving them on. Which I agree. You've got a fucking ice skating geezer.
Who?
One of the backroom staff. He's an ice skate coach. That's what his
Why?
background is.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. One of them. He doesn't got a background in football. One of the coaches has a background in ice skating.
That makes sense.
And one of the other. I think two of them don't have a background in football. One of them, but they're just Slav and Bilic's Croatian mates. And I think we need to get. I'd love to keep Slav and get a quality backroom staff. You know what I mean?
He might walk.
Yeah, but then you can't have the ball picking the manager's backroom staff for him.
Yeah, but he's.
Yeah, but
You've got to allow the managers to pick their
two
own.
men in his backroom staff that ain't got a background in football.
Yeah, but a lot of clubs have people on the staff who, they might be,
Yeah, but
like nutritionists or...
No, we're
stuff
talking
like
about
that,
the main staff. We're talking about not the nutritionists, the main staff that you see there on the touchline every day. I think one of them is that Izan Terzic.
Honestly, I'm a little bit like that with him. Honestly, I am. I don't want him to go. I think he should walk before he's pushed. I think he's sort of like, and he was never going to walk after last season, but he's sort of ruining his legacy that he created last year. He looks clueless on the sideline. You know what I mean? But I don't know who to blame. I don't know whether to blame him. It'll all come out when he leaves. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, but this is the problem of the club. We don't know who's responsible for the signings. We don't know, who's responsible for a lot of things. There's no clarity, and that's the thing that really winds me up. I'd like to.
They all seem to be passing the buck to each other.
Well, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. But the thing is, these are our fixtures, right? We've got 7 games left.
Evan.
We've got
Arsenal first.
Arsenal Wednesday, Swansea, which becomes... Well, we was 9 points ahead of Hull. We was in third from bottom today.
Now we're 6.
Now we're 6, and we've got Arsenal on Wednesday. I don't know who they've got. They've got a couple of difficult trips.
They've got Man City.
They've got Man City. I think they might have Arsenal as well.
Oh, Swansea.
No, Arsenal got Man City.
Yeah, Arsenal's got Man City.
Arsenal got Man City, but I think Hull have got City at the Etihad. So fingers crossed for that. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going wrong. I can't put my finger on it. I honestly want to shut my eyes and have this season over and done with. I don't remember being, and I don't think it's not. I don't remember such a bad season. I remember enjoying football in worse seasons than this. Do you know what I mean?
Some shocking seasons.
Yeah, I've seen some proper bad seasons. I remember one in about 96, 97, which was awful. I remember
91, 92 when we had all the
91, 92, yeah, when there was a lot of unrest. But that is what West Ham needed to counteract. Like, they needed to put a team, and this is where the border fell down. They needed to put a team together that have got enough quality. If things started to go wrong, to sort of like get themselves out of it, play their way out of it, like too good to lose sort of thing. You know what I mean? Get a few players in like that. But it sort of like at the beginning of the season, I'm not saying too much now, but at the beginning of the season with the change of stadium, it was a bit like the Bond scheme. People were all like agitated all the time.
It was split, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little bit split. There was people that was like supporting the stadium. There was people that just really disliked it. There was obviously like unrest in what they could do. It reminded me a little bit of that Bond scheme. Do you know what I mean? Like where it was just like people at each other's throats, and that unrest spilled onto the pitch, and it doesn't look like we've recovered.
Yeah, but you know what? This is the joys of supporting West Ham. We have a great season, then we follow it up.
I wouldn't change it with a word, but I'm just saying, like, it's come to a point. I don't want to let this cup, and it is slowly becoming. It's becoming a laughing stock, and it's becoming a laughing stock because the people in charge, if they just kept their mouth shut this season and just said, look, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle till we start getting used to it, nobody would have batted an eyelid. You know what I mean? Nobody would have batted an eyelid. Then the tension wouldn't have spilled over to the pitch.
Yeah, manage expectations.
Manage expectations, and that's down to the club to do, to manage the expectations of the crowd, and they don't. They instead of managing the expectations, they flame the fuels. Yeah, they
fuel the flames.
Yeah, even that they do that as well. Yeah. But they flame
fan the flames.
Fan the flames. That's what I'm trying to say. Cheers, Dan. I've had a couple of drinks. You know what I mean? They fan the flames, and it's done nobody any good. Done nobody any good. I want to shut my eyes. I want this season to end. I think we'll beat Swansea. I think we will. I think we'll beat Swansea. I think we're going to get a good hiding at Arsenal. I think we're going to beat Swansea. Maybe it'll put a little bit of distance between us again. But the other games, if we don't beat Swansea, Everton at home, Liverpool at home, Tottenham at home.
And we've still got Stoke away.
Away, Sunderland away, Burnley away.
So Sunderland are going to be they're scrapping. They won't be easy up there.
Nah.
Unless we start to show some fight and some determination, mate. We're in deeper shit than I think even the team realise. Do you know what I mean? And it's just we've just got to get right. We've got to get behind the side. I'm sure we will.
One thing to look at, and I'm still unsure about this, is the possibility of the return of Sacco. First, we was told like
it's bemusing, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's bemusing, like with the Sacco news, because at first he's back in full training, and then a day later I heard he's out for the season, and then the next day he's full training again. Is it him? Do you think that's him? Just balling about?
I don't know.
According to Slav, he's begging Slav to play.
Play him then.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Play him.
Although the way he is, he's so injury prone. But yeah, I don't know. Like if he could,
I don't care, because once the summer comes, he's gone. So I don't give a shit if he gets injured again. Just give him a game. He scores goals.
Oh, I tell you, going back when You know, when Carroll cleared that corner in the first half and he went over on his knee.
I thought he was done.
Yeah.
I thought he was done for.
That's the problem. Any time he goes down,
'Cause he
everyone's like,
know how
When you
long?
saw it in slow
Do you know
mo,
how
his
long
half go over.
it's been? I'm sure I read on a stat. He's never played 4 games in a row, Russ.
Oh, Carroll.
I'm sure I read that. He's never played 4 games on the spin. 4 full games, sorry.
90
Never.
minutes. Yeah, that's mad. That is mad.
Crazy, man. But look, what do you think? I've sat here
Yeah.
just saying my piece. I'm saying it calmly. I'm trying to but not be positive. There's not a lot to be positive about, but I'm trying to take a different
we've got-
approach.
How many games have we got left? 7?
Yeah.
So teams, they've got to knuckle down and just get on with it now. Because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
We've got to make do with
Yeah.
the players available
100%.
to us. So they've got to
Fingers
fight
crossed,
hard, fight hard every
Saka
game.
comes back. Then that could really lift us.
Just showing a
Bit of bollocks.
bit of fighting game.
Showing a bit of bollocks, we'll get through it. Honestly, if we show a bit of bollocks, a bit of fight, a bit of determination, we'll get through this season. Honestly, it's the fact that we don't. We just the goals we conceding is ridiculous. I mean, they're ridiculous. Last week's, I watched it back today. The Leicester goal, the second one. I hadn't seen a replay when they scored the second one. There was 2 geezers in about 10 yards of space with not a man around them. And I'm just thinking, we just give teams goals. We give them like gifts.
I mean, today was unusual in the fact that we didn't concede a goal in the first 5 minutes for a change.
do you think sort of Noble is at this point a bit crucial in terms of he's been in this situation many times with West
I would be
Ham?
an absolute hypocrite to say yes, but yes.
Yeah.
And I'll take that on the chin. I've been, I underestimate, what he gives to the side. He's been poor form. You can't deny his form.
Yeah, but he's not the only player who's...
No.
Look,
I don't know how for good he's making a living.
Every player in their career, it's a patch of form where, it dips.
But you look when he has better players, everyone's playing around him. It really lifts him. I mean, you look at last season; he was phenomenal last season. He had Payet to play off. They really, he was talking about Noble for the England side last season
Because he could get on with his natural game, his normal game.
Yeah,
I hope we survive.
yeah.
That's all we can hope for, and it's just hope at the minute, and it's just hope that there's other teams.
It's the hope that kills you.
Yeah,
hope that gets you.
but no, I'm just saying. I hope that happens because I can't see it. I can't see where our points are coming from in them last 7 games. I honestly can't.
How many times over the years, watching West Ham, have you gone, we're going to get smashed against them, and we go and nick a result?
I understand. I understand that. But we need points, so
Like I say, it's a bit of fighting games.
Yeah, I mean, our only saving grace.
We'd have won today. Would have been safe.
Yeah.
We would have been safe if we could have got them points today. We would have been safe because we would have been 12 points, a whole third from bottom. Would have been 12 points off them.
We need to sort out our defence. That's the main thing.
But we can't do anything until summer, so we've got to make do with.
Yeah, but we need to sort out the mindset. It's not just this. It's of the defence. But I mean, turning down Rio, I think, was a bit of a daft decision when he could have having him coming in and giving his experience and stuff like that.
I think there's a lot of backroom staff that are doing an awful lot. I don't know what Julian Dix does. Nothing. It looks like.
I feel sorry for him, to be honest. It's like Slav just sort of brought him in.
I didn't see him in the dugout.
Don't think so, mate. I don't know.
Apparently, he doesn't do anything but put the cones out and stuff like that. So, which I think he's the sort of player you want, maybe
in the changing room, telling them what's what.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, start maybe screaming, shouting, throwing a few cups.
That's the frustrating thing with this fucking backroom staff thing. You know what I mean? Like Julian Dix has got so much experience and stuff like that. He's experienced in being in these situations, these scraps. He was a great defender for us. And
well, the next time I'm going to worry is after Swansea. So I've got a week.
Yeah,
I'm not going to worry about it.
With Arsenal, I suppose the only saving grace is they've been shit. They've got City tomorrow, so we've got an extra day's rest than they have. They might hopefully pick up some injuries and maybe be a bit tired, and we can just.
Oh, they won't turn up.
Yeah,
that's the best hope we've got. I think.
Go on, have it.
But the thing with Arsenal though, right? They could probably beat City tomorrow and lose to us on Wednesday. That's the sort of
course,
that's how they go. That's what they're like.
That everyone thought we'd get smashed opening day last season.
Yeah,
and it's so It happens. We can pull them out the bag now and again.
Yeah. We're not down yet, but we're not safe. You know.
Yeah. Season's dead to me.
Yeah, I just want to get to that safety mark, and then I can just think, right.
I just want to relax.
Yeah.
I can't relax.
I don't think you've been relaxed at all this season.
No, I don't
You
think
get
so.
too worked up. You just-
The problem is though, the season ends, right, and then you've got the circus in the summer with the transfer stuff. You know, every day, and we all get wrapped up in it. You're checking every day, and you just think, fucking hell, just sign the
So, you
players.
know,
I'm not gonna bother.
So you know,
I have to do it because of this channel, but apart from that, I'm not gonna be. No, it's just not gonna. I'm not gonna let anything surprise me anymore, Greg.
You know, I know you like take the mick out of me. Oh no, he's going about the old days again. I used to like it when the transfer, when it was like literally all season. Because then if you had a few injuries, you could
Yeah,
go
but
and
then
buy
I agree with the transfer window because you get 2 opportunities to get it right. Because I remember it was things like Man United, if they've got a couple of injuries and they get in the league, they just go and buy the league.
Yeah.
It just makes it unfair, doesn't it?
And
Like
unsettled players.
yeah,
you
you
know,
get
and
to
stuff
the
like that.
last 7 games of the season, you might have a team down there like us who are scrapping for their lives, who've got one world class player like we used to have in like Rio or Lampard or whoever. And all of a sudden, the last 7 games when you really need them, all of a sudden, man, like go, we've got an injury to Mark Hughes this week. Do you fancy coming and play for us? And all of a sudden, they don't want to play for you. And they want to fuck up with the last 7 games. They want a league title.
On the flip side, you get a couple of defenders injured. You can.
No, it's
Go out
better not to have that.
I don't like the
We'd be
squad
comfortable.
size. I don't like that. I don't see what the point in that is.
Do you think they should say right? There's a maximum. I know they do.
No, I don't. I don't like the squad. I don't like the limitation on the squad. You've got something like 25 players that you can use, like register for the season, and then you can use under 21s for thingy. I know that obviously helps England.
Or do you just have it unlimited squad size?
Yeah, I like because the Premier League's such a fast-paced game with so many injuries nowadays.
Yeah, but then when you've got the clubs with the big money who can afford 40 players on the books.
Yeah, but
and then you've got players.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. I suppose there's arguments on both sides of everything, isn't there? But I'm just saying, like, when you've got a team like us who have got like 7, 8 injuries at a time, and you don't know when they're coming back, and you've got literally a squad of 15 outfield players to play with, unless you want to start playing like the inexperienced kids and chucking them to them. I think it's a little bit poor. And it's only like a couple of seasons ago that this rule come in. Maybe 5, 6 seasons ago.
I mean, you think like always used to be like you had your reserve teams, got injury, call up your reserve players.
Well, this is another thing that frustrates me is the whole youth thing. You know, is none of our youth players really getting a chance, and
I suppose that's what the squad thing's meant to do. But if if they ain't doing it, I'd rather it be the other way. But I would love to have seen people like Burke and Cullen involved this season. But
I think we might see a bit more of him next season.
especially if we're in the Championship, mate.
Yeah,
we will, definitely.
Yeah,
We
but
need them.
you know,
No, I mean, my mate's a Brad fan. He's raving about Cullen. I think they quite like him there full time.
Look, man, you could see he's not going to go there full time, is he? But you can see in the Juventus game that he's ready to go. Like
He's one of our best players that day.
yeah, he probably was our best player. Like,
yeah, and that's what it makes me laugh. We're buying sort of these subpar players from Europe.
yeah, and you've got fucking quality in the youth. Marcus Brown, when he played in the European games, he looked decent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Reece, we all know about Reece Oxford, Reece Burke, who was superb at Watford and at Wigan, and
He looked great in the Juventus game as well.
yeah, like and they're going out on loan again to make some fucking Championship League One / League One team stronger. What's the point?
I mean, can you imagine, right, if this was the regime we had when we had the players like Rio and Lampard and stuff like that, they'd be on loan every season and they'd never get a fucking
I think
chance.
that's just football in general now, though. Just
Do you know what it is? It's such there's so much at stake now.
that they're scared to give them a
They're
chance.
scared to
Yeah, but when you
put
get
the responsibility on the...
When you
Because
get-
things you think that age, like you're 19, 18, 19, starting out in your career.
I don't think they
You
give a monkey's
you
credit.
get thrown in.
I don't think they
and
give a
you-
monkey's, mate.
That's going to destroy a player's confidence, isn't it?
Unless you're playing like what Allardyce done to them, I don't think they give a shit. Honestly, and rightly so. They play without fear. And that's the good thing about some of the kids. They play without fear. Their responsibility ain't really on their shoulders. No one's expecting them to do. If they have a poor game, nobody's going to turn around and go, "Oh my God, he's had a poor game." They're going to say he's a
and
kid.
there's-
Players like Paul Allen, Tony Cottee, 17 years old in the first team.
Ray Rooney, Paul Ince, who was, what, 16, 17 when he got in, 18, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Rashford,
Carrick, Cole.
yeah, we don't do that.
It's just that someone's got to give them a chance. Like someone's just got to give them that little opportunity to go out and show what they can do.
Yeah.
And they're biting. They're Reece Oxford. You can see he's
Chomping at the bit, isn't he?
They're chomping at the bit. Like
you saw Marcus Brown on Twitter like earlier in the season going, "Come on, give the youth a chance. We're hungry out here." He said, "We're hungry. Let's give us a chance." They're raring to go. They want to play, and they're not getting that opportunity. And next season we need to start. Otherwise, what's the point in having an academy if you're not if you're gonna send these players on loan? You're only benefiting these teams in the Championship. What do we get out of that?
they think that's the bollocks of the loan system, don't they? They don't pay no wages. And they take a player that's a sort of Premier League standard all over a season.
Yeah, but then you find out, oh yeah, we're going to go for like this 17-year-old player next time. Why do we keep signing and stockpiling these young, promising players and not giving them a? What's the fucking point? So our PL2 team can go on a good run and maybe get promotion.
Anyway, do we leave it there?
Yeah.
Nicky needs another drink.
Yeah, thanks very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. We're busy week next week. We've got the Arsenal game coming up, so look out for all the previews, match previews. We're going to do some collabs with Arsenal Fan TV, and then obviously straight after that will be the Swansea game. So we've got all the same again. Yeah. Thanks very much for watching us. Don't forget to go and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/West Ham Fan TV, Twitter @West Ham Fan TV, Instagram. We started using it again.
Yeah.
Dan's worked out how to use it. And all of that good stuff. Quick update on the Thames Ironworks football team. Thank you ever so much for honestly, I've been checking. My phone's been going off for a couple of days. It's crazy. It's like we had a £1,000 limit. A couple of weeks ago, we was on 635. We'd been on that for a couple of weeks. Then all of a sudden, it's just gone mental, and I think we've hit about 1,006. We only had a target of 1,000.
So thanks everyone.
Thank you ever so much. I'm working round the clock on that. I know that other guys are as well. Scott and Graham. Dan will be soon. Yeah. So you're not getting away with it. And everything's just flowing into place now.
Soon as well, mate.
I don't know, mate.
You're
the secretary. So I can't thank you enough for making this. And it really, like, we'll put a little spreadsheet about where the money's going and all that, because I don't want you to think that we're going out on the piss with it.
It's going to be very transparent.
It's going to be very transparent. We're not going to be like withholding any accounts or whatever like that. David Gold. It's all going to be very transparent. We're going to show you where the money's going and what we're going to do. And to everyone that donated, and I'm going to have to cut it off today, because if we keep on getting donations in, everyone, I can reveal to you what we're going to send to you now, or we're going to send to you either a physical copy or a digital copy so you can get it printed. And what we're going to do, we're going to make up the badge of Thames Ironworks with all the names that people have donated. So it'd be like a bit of word art, and they'll make up the badge. And if you've donated, your name will be in there.
I'll tell you what, the potential kit is looking. I'll tell you.
There's a couple of we've had to. We're going to hear back from Umbro on Monday, but what we've done, as I'm being transparent, we've gone to a designer to design our own kit, and I'll put it up in the next few days just to see what we prefer. But we've got to get costs and things like that. If it ends up costing too much, mate, we won't be able to do it. But
from what I've seen,
all I'll say is
very good.
Better than the West Ham kit.
Yeah, better than the West Ham kit. You'd want to buy one, that's for sure. Yeah. But as I say, once again, thank you very much for doing that. And disappointing today, boys. But one thing left to say:
come on, you irons.